Salutations and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to my journey with Mounjaro. It's a GLP-1. I have just completed 2 weeks and I'll be doing my 3rd injection tonight, but I wanted to get together here with you and share with you some tips that I'm taking and putting into place for my journey, and I wanted to share them with you in hopes that they will help you with yours. This is all just based on other videos I've watched, some support groups I belong to, listening and reading what other people are saying, applying it to my own journey, and hoping it helps you as well. Tip number 1, I am treating myself 1 time a week with an iced coffee from McDonald's, but then I looked at the nutritional information and I realized 1 coffee, sugar-free vanilla, has 17 carbs in it and only 2 grams of protein. So I'm making my own now. I saved my McDonald's cups and I'm using those for my ice waters throughout the day, but I am also setting one aside because every day I make myself an iced coffee. It's my treat, but that treat is going to provide me with 30 grams of protein and only 4 carbs. So that is a good trade-off. I'm making it home myself. The cost is probably equivalent. It's actually a little less than going to McDonald's, but making it myself gives me just a little bit more satisfaction than going through the drive-thru window. It still feels like a treat, especially when it's in the cup that I saved from McDonald's. And I got myself some of those little skinny sauces, the caramel sauce and the espresso chocolate sauce. And sometimes I just put a little bit of dibble dabble on top of my iced coffee, a little bit of 0 sugar, whipped cream on top. It's perfect. It keeps me satisfied. It makes a great lunch, but I know that I'm getting that added protein. So that's the first tip, is take something that you consider to be a reward or a treat and turn that over into something that could be a little bit better for you. I know that I'm going to get comments below saying that those protein drinks are full of bad things and I shouldn't be drinking them, but for now, I'm using them as a tool to help me in this journey with Mounjaro. So that's what I'm doing. Instead of going through McDonald's, I'm actually making my own at home. Tip number 2, you've got to let go of being addicted to the numbers. I have an OCD type personality, and once I latch onto something, I am like a bulldog. I will latch on and I won't let go. And when it comes to weight loss, obviously sometimes I don't always latch on, but when I get driven and I get this momentum behind me that this is what I'm going to do, I don't let go. And it becomes an obsession for me. I obsess over getting on the scale every single morning, and it starts messing with my mental health. So what I have done since starting on this journey is I am taking my scale and I'm hiding it away. And I'm only bringing it out on injection days. The days that I'm going to inject, I will bring the scale out, I will take my weight, I will log it in MyFitnessPal, and then I will put it back underneath the bed, because I don't need to be obsessing about getting up every morning and giving all of my power over to what the number says on a scale. There's more to this journey than just the number on this scale. So that is tip 2, is hide your scale and only weigh yourself maybe once a week if it is an obsession for you. You are worth more. You are more than what the number on the scale says. So put the scale away, bring it out as a tool 1 time a week. Tip number 3, you have to become accountable for the food that you put in your mouth. And you can't just guesstimate anymore. You need to measure, you need to weigh, you need to be accountable. I'm eating off of a smaller size plate, so it makes me feel in my mind like I'm getting a full serving, and it is a full serving. I'm just not putting 2 servings on a plate. I've got an actual serving. I have these tiny little cups like you see at the restaurants that they put condiments in with a little lid, and they send you home with your barbecue sauce or whatever. I've purchased some of those, and I'm measuring out and weighing out what I need for my meals. If I'm going to say that I put 1 tablespoon of barbecue sauce on a patty that I eat, it better be 1 tablespoon. I will measure out the tablespoon, put it in a little condiment dish, and put it away. They're 1 ounce little containers. I'm not going to say I put in 1 ounce, because 1 ounce, my goodness, an ounce of cheese is probably 3 or 4 of those. And if I say I only ate an ounce of cheese, I'm going to really be over calculating. But there are days that I know I was saying, oh yeah, I only had 2 tablespoons of shredded cheese on that burrito. When you look at it and I think back, in my mind, I knew I was cheating myself and lying to myself. I knew it wasn't 2 tablespoons. It's probably more like 1/4 cup. And if I make an omelet and I'm throwing 1/4 cup of cheese in the center of the omelet, and then I fold the omelet over and I'm throwing another 1/4 cup of cheese on top there, I'm putting 1/2 cup of cheese on an omelet, and I'm perfectly fine with that. But it comes with repercussions, obviously. So now what I'm doing is I take the little cups and I take my tablespoon, or I take my food scale, and I'm measuring it out. And now I'm to the point where when I'm making my omelets in the morning, if I put 1 little tablespoon in the middle, and then I fold that omelet over and put 1 little tablespoon on top, I'm noticing I'm enjoying the omelet more, not so much the cheese. I really think I'm going to get to the point where I'll cut that in half, and maybe I won't even need it at all anymore. So get those little cups, measure out your condiments, your salad dressing. Oh my gosh. I tell myself, oh, I only had 2 tablespoons of blue cheese dressing on my salad the other day. But I guarantee you I probably had at least 1/3 cup. And those calories add up fast. So I'm measuring everything out in those little cups so I know exactly what I'm putting on my food. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, sorry. Tip number 4, I've got my little notes here. Tip number 4, strength training versus cardio. As a woman over 50, postmenopausal, obviously overweight, I just can't exercise the way I used to exercise when I was younger. So the days of the cardio, constant, on the treadmill, the aerobics, all of that, the step classes, that's way back in my past. Mama ain't doing those no more. I have done some research, and from what I've said, now you may differ on this opinion, but the cardio that you do when you walk those 10,000 steps, or you're really out there huffing it on your bike or on the treadmill, you are sending your body into a fight or flight response. And when you have fight or flight response, that releases the hormone cortisol. And the cortisol is responsible for a lot of this lovely midsection belly fat. And we don't want that. I don't want that. I'm done with that. So the research I've done has said, maybe look more into strength training and not so much cardio. Yes, go out and get a nice 20-minute walk when you want to get a 20-minute walk in, but you don't have to be out there striving for those 10,000 steps if it's not working for you. And it wasn't working for me. I was hurting myself. I was stressing myself. I became obsessed with it. But now I'm looking more into the strength training. So this is a great tip, is just find some little videos on Facebook or YouTube, anywhere between 4 minutes and 10 minutes. Put them on your favorites list. Find the ones that use water bottles as resistance, or the resistance bands, and just do a short little 4-minute video of arm exercises, or a 5-minute video on doing chair yoga. Those are great exercises. You're building muscle while you're losing fat, and you're not releasing all of that cortisol. Your body is going to start using the stored fat for energy, not hanging on to it as a fight or flight response. So there's the tip there for exercise. Tip number 5, out with the bad, in with the good. We all know this. If you've battled with your weight before, you know this. You know that you cannot bring the stuff into the house that you shouldn't be eating, and yet we fall for it every time. I don't know how many times I do it, especially if you live with somebody who says, can you just stop and get me this at the store? Or can you get me that at the store? And then because they get it, you get something for you too. and it's a trap. And shelf by shelf, I'm going through my pantry and I'm finding the items that I do not need. I may want them. I may want that brownie mix with the chocolate frosting, even though it says reduced sugar. I don't need it. There are options that I can find recipes for to come up with something low carb, diabetic friendly, that I can make in one serving instead of making a whole pan of something. And so I don't need those. I don't need the regular pancake mixes that are going to make my blood sugar spike and make my fanny get bigger. So I have collected a bag of food this week. I brought it down here to the library where I'm meeting with you today, and I gave it to the little pantry because there are families out there that they have no problem having something like that. Maybe they need a treat for their kids or pancakes for breakfast and they don't have the health issues I have. So I brought that down to the pantry and I donated that. So that's a really good thing to do, is just go look at what you have in your pantry, pick one shelf, clean it up and organize it, and get rid of the stuff you don't need. And the trick is, don't bring it back into your house. Find alternatives. Another thing that I'm doing is I'm getting rid of the bad seed oils. So I got rid of my vegetable. I had a big thing of vegetable oil. I don't need that. And instead I brought in some avocado oil and olive oil, high quality, good quality olive oil. So I'm replacing my seed oils with good oils. I'm getting rid of the cake mixes and the pancake mixes and all the things I don't need to have. And I'm replacing them with better habits, good habits, things that I need. So that's a good tip for you. Number 6, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. If you're on one of these GLP-1s, you need to make sure for more than one reason that you stay hydrated. Not only are you going to feel fuller for longer, you need it for your skin and your tissues and your cells, your digestive tract. You don't want that GI tract to get sluggish on this medication. That can cause you a whole host of problems. Some of them can even land you in the hospital. So drink your water. A good rule of thumb is you take your weight, you break it down in half, and whatever that number is, let's say you're 200 pounds, break it in half, 100. You need to be drinking 100 ounces of water a day. Make sure you stay hydrated. One of the things you can add to your water that I've done recently is you can add the little stick packets of flavoring. They have them, not just flavors. I mean, yeah, there's got sugar-free flavors, and those are nice if you have trouble getting your water down. But they also have them with electrolytes. So you can add one to one of your cups during the day for some electrolytes. Keep those electrolytes up. I only do one a day or one every other day. And then the other one is you can get them with the fiber. So you can keep your fiber up, because it's important to have that added fiber to keep everything working in here, because these GLP-1s will slow it down and you don't want to get all stopped up. So drink your water and make sure you look into your supplements. Number 7, analysis paralysis. I suffer from it. I admitted to my doctor when I met with her 2 weeks ago, I suffer from analysis paralysis. I start going down the rabbit holes and gleaning all of these different stories and perspectives and information, and I store it all up in here, and before I know it, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. So there's a lot of information out there. I'm giving you more today. You can take it or leave it. This is just what's working for me. Obviously, I'm not a medical professional and not sponsored by anything or anybody, but I wanted to share with you some of the things that I'm doing as I'm doing my journey here in my first month of Mounjaro. But take the information and catalog it and store it, but don't let it start over-consuming your thoughts and what you're doing, because then you get that analysis paralysis. You don't even know how to disseminate the information anymore. Take it slow, store it away and come back to it. Think things over for 24, 48 hours before you make a decision. Don't base it off of just one video you see. Get more information. Get on some of these support groups that are on Facebook and ask questions. What do you think about adding this to your diet? What do you think about adding this supplement to your nutrition? What do you think about exercise? All of these things, you can start getting some information and then you make your own decision. Discuss it with your doctor as well. And your doctor might be able to give you just a little bit of a guide so that you're doing well with your mental health in all of this as well. I am taking the approach right now when I find something, and instead of diving down the rabbit hole and going crazy, I tell myself I need to wait 24 to 48 hours before I make a decision on something because I am extremely impulsive. I will see something, somebody will say, oh, you got to try this new thing, and I'll buy it. And then it just sits there and I don't do anything with it. Or I buy it and then I find out it doesn't do what it's supposed to do and then I've wasted the money. So like for instance, right now I want to get one of those infinity hoops that work like a hula hoop with the little thing at the end, and you're supposed to lose all this weight, and I want one really, really, really bad. But do I need it right now? No. Right now I'm nursing a knee injury. I don't need it. I'm doing quite well right now on my journey without it. I'm going to think about it. It's in my cart, but I'm not going to push the button to buy it yet because I need to see. I need to read more reviews. I need to hear from people. I need to know, is this something that's really going to benefit my journey, or am I just going to waste $100? So you can analyze things. Just don't get into that analysis paralysis the more you find out about all these different things you can do on your Mounjaro or even a weight loss or nutrition and health journey. Okay, well, that's it for today. I hope these tips help you. I will be doing my weekly updates as I'm going through this Mounjaro journey, and I can let you know how some of these tips are actually affecting the outcome of what's happening in my day-to-day life. I will be kind of making notes on my weekly checkups with you to let you know what's working, what's not working. Did I buy the infinity hoop? Things like that. So make sure you come back. If you found this topic and all of this information useful, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Click the notification bell so you know when I put new videos up. And I will see you next week. Until then, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.